to me, the landscape of Instagram has changed quite a lot. Is it fun to go back into those pages when you travel now?
It's interesting, isn't it, how it evolved? And,
Yeah.
and that just kind of sparked another memory when I was a child growing up in Garden Grove. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but I used to love the phone book. I used to love just flipping through it and looking at the ads. And then I ended up working for Verizon Yellow Pages, right? When I first started on Instagram, I would follow a lot of female solo travelers. You know, they inspired me to even travel by myself.
Shade isn't a place you hide. It's where you pause, where you think, where real work happens. Quietly, creatively, and authentically. No slides, no filters. Just candid conversation about a story worth telling. It's not about villains. This is where brand builders, creatives, and storytellers come to share the stories they usually don't tell in pitch decks or press releases. It's about the people who work behind the scenes, challenge the obvious, bend the rules, or build unforgettable brands. This is
Shady Characters.
So today we're here with Linda Hakim. Linda Hakim works with Best Version Media. She's got 3 publications here in Orange County. She's also an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce. I think we can talk about that, right? And so I think what's so cool is you've really done a great job of working in this like localism marketing, right? And so through the magazines, through ad sponsorships, through the chamber here in San Juan, as well as Ladera. I'm sure I am missing things that allow you to entrench yourselves in these local communities, but there's not many people more in the know in South Orange County specifically than you. Is that accurate?
Thank you. I tend to think that that's the truth.
Yeah.
So besides the San Juan Capistrano Chamber, where I am now an ambassador, and I also belong to the Ladera Rancho Chamber. Also the Mission Viejo Chamber.
Oh my gosh.
And the Rancho Santa Margarita Chamber.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I also belong to the San Juan Capistrano Rotary.
Oh wow.
I'm their communications director.
Yep.
I do their advertising and their social media.
Yep.
So just a few of the things that I
I don't know
locally.
how you have time in the day to do anything with all of the things that you just named.
As you know, I told you I'm a widow of 13 years, and my kids are all grown now. I was raising my granddaughter, but she just moved to Vegas, so it's just me and my kitty cat now. So what else am I going to do?
Gracie the
Gracie,
kitty cat.
my kitty cat.
What type of kitty cat is Gracie?
She is a dilute tortie.
I don't know what that means at all.
So think tortoise shell.
Oh, okay.
So she's like a tortoise shell, but it's very faded.
Okay.
So they call her a dilute tortie.
Okay. Is this a fancy cat?
She's not fancy.
Okay.
She's just a regular cat.
Yeah.
So she was a rescue.
Yeah.
And she's been with me. She's probably about 13 years old, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. And I think she's been with me for, 8 or 9 years now.
Yep.
But, she's my companion.
Yeah.
She's my love.
Yeah.
So, I have time on my hands. So it's just me and the cat. And so I think I work about 16-hour days, to be honest.
I would believe it. Yeah, you're filling your calendar well, it sounds like.
Well, what else am I going to do? I think when it pops up on my phone how much time I've spent on social media or whatever that message is that comes up, it says 8 or 9 hours per day.
Yeah. How many different handles are you managing for the different magazines and the Rotary and
I think
whatnot?
about 8.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, I wake up early in the morning, whatever time I wake up, 5 a.m., and go right on social media. I'm still in bed. I'm in my pajamas. I haven't gotten up yet, haven't had my coffee, but I go on social media for, 2 or 3 hours. And then I go about my day with all the other stuff I have to do. And then in the evenings, after dinner, back on social media.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. I can't sleep. Social media.
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to do that, but it's better than just laying in bed staring at the ceiling.
Sure. Is there any part of it so a lot of that I'm assuming is work related?
It's 99% work related.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so is there any part of it that's still fun and enjoyable for? Okay, all right.
I do have a page that's called Culturally Curious Me.
Okay.
It's a travel page that I started maybe 12 years ago.
Okay.
After my husband passed away, I started traveling with my granddaughter. and I created a page for her as well called Ava Around the World. So we traveled. We went to several of the national parks and been to San Francisco, the Seattle area, you name it. Last year and a half ago, I took her to Europe because I promised her I'd take her to Paris when she was 16.
Oh, how cool.
So she was 16 years, 11 months when we went.
Got in just in the nick of time, huh?
But, so I go on Culturally Curious Me when I just want to get off of the business part of it. And I follow different accounts on all the different pages I have. I separate them by the type of account that I follow.
Yeah. Is this something that, obviously, the advent of social media, I don't know, I'm going to throw out a guess, it's 20 years old or something like that. Is this something you've always been interested since social media really started? Or is this a passion and an interest that developed more recently?
So I've been in advertising and marketing for about 20 years. I started with Verizon Yellow Pages, selling Yellow Page ads. Prior to that, I was working for Vaughn's Pavilions.
Okay.
So, I was locked up in a grocery store all day long. In fact, going to Vaughn's Pavilions, let me back up a little bit about my history. I grew up in Garden Grove. And when I was 21, that was in 1976. So if you do the math, that makes me 70 years old now, and I'm super proud of it. Should wear a pin. I'm 70 and proud of it.
Yep.
But when I was 21, I moved down here to Dana Point and got my first condo. Went to work right across the street from here where the Ross store is. That used to be a Vaughn's Market, and I worked there. So I wish I could go back in time and talk to all those people who used to come through my line, right?
Sure. Yeah,
that was like 50 years ago.
Yeah, you had all the historic, the OG San Juan historical figures would have come through. That would have been the store they shopped at.
That was it.
Yeah, I've kind of got an angle with the show here that I want to start to highlight some of those people and some of those stories, the ones that are still here. Obviously, I'm sure over the years since you worked here, we've lost some of those stories, right? But for myself, I'm so passionate just about storytelling that I think it would be really cool to invite some of those people just to come into the space and tell, historical San Juan stories.
Absolutely.
Just from a personal interest side, I think that would be pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller also.
Yeah.
That's why through my magazines,
Yeah.
that's why people love my local magazines, because we feature families on the cover, like your family.
Yeah, that's how we met. So we met. You had reached out. I can't remember who had referred us. Someone had referred you to reach out and connect with us, and we were very honored to be selected to be a cover family for the San Juan Capistrano magazine last year. And this photo shoot is still like, we have this framed. We have this cover framed in our house because my wife loves these photos that Michelle took so very much, right? So it's still an honor that we were a cover family for sure. I'm sure that every month you get to feature a different family. How do you go about making the selection for those families?
Well, as you know, I do a lot of social media.
Yep.
So I get to meet a lot of families. So I pick most of the families, or they're referred to me. So that's how. This last month in August, we had the Paskowitz on there from Surfers Healing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fascinating.
They are such a popular family.
Yeah.
I mean, my social media just blew up from the cover.
Yeah. How cool. Yeah, I'm sure that there's some cross collaboration that happens that gets you new exposure, maybe to the other magazines too. When a family's been featured on one of them, it makes people intrigued to want to see families on all the other ones and whatnot, right? So that's probably a cool cross promotional thing that happens organically. Is that true?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, but the communities seem to really love the magazines. They only get mailed to the homeowners in each of the communities. I do put a few out in a couple of coffee shops, like True Love Coffee here in San Juan. And now that I'm saying this, they're going to be flying out the door, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then over in Ladera, I put some at Lola's, and in Rancho Mission Viejo at Blue Hummingbird Coffee. It's a Canyon House coffee. So I just put a few there, for some, people that want to sit down and have a cup of coffee and look at the magazines, but totally get awesome feedback from the magazines. The community loves it. But, we kind of got sidetracked from the social media question.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as I said, I was, after Vaughn's, I worked for Verizon Yellow Pages, selling Yellow Page ads. And I was a free bird. I got to get in my car and drive to San Diego, got to drive to LA. And, I started, I had my freedom. We also sold digital products when I worked for Verizon Yellow Pages. So I got to learn all that, websites and SEO and SEM and all, and I just loved it. At around that time, I think I got interested in Pinterest.
Okay.
So that was my first social media exposure. And I would be on it for hours every night. I was hooked. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, I only started Instagram, I think, in 2013.
Okay.
So that's when I started traveling with my granddaughter, and I created the Instagram pages, Culturally Curious Me and Ava Around the World.
Yep.
And then after Verizon Yellow Pages, I went to work for a digital marketing agency in Claremont. I worked remotely. I was their salesperson, but I got to learn a lot about digital products there. And then I've been doing my magazines now I've been working for Best Version Media for 6 years.
Yeah.
And Ladera Ranch was my first magazine. It came out in January of 2020. And then my Rancho Mission Viejo magazine called Wrangler Living came out in September of 2020. So they both came out COVID year. And I had a really good year that year.
Yeah.
We were working from home. Most of the business owners were home, and everybody, just wanted to talk, and have, feel like they were a part of something again. And then San Juan just kind of fell into my lap, my San Juan magazine. That's been out 3 years now. So that's my newest magazine. I have to say it's my favorite because, San Juan Capistrano is turning 250. The mission's turning 250 years old this year. It's going to be a full year of events. It's going to be exciting.
You're going to be busy.
And, Ladera Ranch and Rancho Mission Viejo, they're not cities. They're unincorporated and much smaller and newer. I think Ladera Ranch is like 26 years old and Rancho Mission Viejo is about 10 years old and still growing over there. And hardly any businesses currently in Rancho Mission Viejo. I'm like, why did I start a magazine there? I don't know. But anyway, so I started social media, Instagram in about 2013. And then when I started my magazines, I started an Instagram page for each one of those. And then also now San Juan Capistrano Rotary, I got the Instagram page and the Facebook pages going for those.
Yeah.
And then I have a new adventure that I'm...
What's that now?
I need something else to do.
Yeah.
So I got invited to join this group of people. We are called South Orange County. That's our website, southorangecounty.com. Our Instagram page, which I run, is called South Orange County _ Somebody had the South Orange County, but they don't use it, one of those. And then we also have North Orange County.
Okay.
But one website right now called southorangecounty.com. And we have a studio in Irvine on the border of Lake Forest where we do interviews.
Yep.
Of business owners. And we just started it. They're about 10-minute interviews, not like your half-hour interviews. I'm going to be having a dry mouth after 30 minutes. But anyway, okay. So we do business interviews. It's professional business interview package, and they can either come to our studio or we can do the interview remotely.
Sure.
With our professional interviewee, lady or man. So we make like a 10-minute interview video. We put it on our website. We also give it to the client to put on their website. And then we create 4 short videos to put on social media. The full video, like I said, goes on our website. It also goes on YouTube. The audio part of it goes on all the major podcasts. And where else do we put it? Then I do the social media, the Instagram, Facebook, and I'm learning how to do X. So that's my new thing to learn. I think we pretty much cover the gamut with that product.
Yeah. So if I'm a business owner that's interested in being featured on this, you're going to do a 10-minute interview, and it's going to allow me a platform to talk about my business, to talk about my services, things like that. Is that kind of
Correct.
the idea? Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Yep.
And I've seen some of the videos. It's a set. It almost looks kind of like a newscaster desk,
Right.
right? Is that kind of how you describe it?
Right.
Yeah, and so it feels like you're kind of being. It's almost like an interview style thing where there's a professional host. They're probably asking you the right probing questions that will allow you to kind of explore and expose what what your skills and services are, right?
Right.
And
You
then you're
explain
getting,
it much better than I do.
and then I'm getting social media cuts that I can use to promote my business
Right.
on my social. I'm sure you guys are posting it on your social. There's some cross pollination happening there that's
Right.
good for everyone.
And we
yeah.
also send our professional videographer, photographer out to the business to shoot B-roll.
Cool.
To
Yeah.
run,
Awesome.
So.
Yeah. So is the vision there that you can kind of leverage some of your existing relationships that you've gathered from ad supporters through your magazine and whatnot to kind of open the doors and find additional businesses that would come into the South Orange County
Yeah.
platform?
So, we all have competition,
Yeah.
right? I'm kind of competitive, maybe a lot competitive.
I do think that one word that I would describe you, and in the best way possible, is you've got a lot of tenacity, right? And I think that you've got a lot of get up and go, and you don't take no for an answer. Are those all accurate descriptions?
Yes, I've been described as relentless.
Relentless. That's a good word. Yeah.
So, when I go after something, I go after it. Unless somebody tells me no,
Yeah.
I think it's a yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, going back to what you were just asking, yes, this is just I have competition. So I've got to, I do the magazines. There's other magazines out there. They're all a little different. Then there's social media,
Sure.
right? And as you know, I do a lot of social media, 8
Yep.
to 9 hours every day, and 25,000 local followers so far, and it's going to grow.
Yep.
So now this business interview package is just another thing that I
Sure.
can offer to my clients, and I
Yep.
don't know anybody else here locally that does
Yeah. Yeah.
everything that I do.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot to offer.
One-stop shop. I like it. Yeah. So I've got a couple interesting stories I think that are in your past that I think would be fun to talk about. And I know you mentioned working down here, but one of the things that you mentioned is that before you were here, you were working at Avon's in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
And you worked with someone that became a little bit famous there.
All right.
Who were you working with?
Yeah, so that was back in 1976. I was working at the Vons in Santa Ana, and Michelle Pfeiffer was also
Yeah.
a cashier. She was 18, I was 21.
Yeah.
We weren't really friends, we were just coworkers.
Sure.
I think she graduated from Fountain Valley, Fountain Valley High School, and I went to Bolsa Grande, but
Yeah.
that's kind of a fun fact,
Absolutely.
And then I moved down here just
Yeah.
shortly after, so.
What was it like living down here in the mid 70s? Did it feel light years different than it does now?
So, yes. But, I was young, so you don't know that much when you're young.
Yeah.
Now I know. So I moved down here in 1976. I met my husband on Dana Strands
cool.
Beach in 1977.
Before there were any houses, it was just a beach and a hill.
Well, there were mobile homes.
Oh yeah,
mobile
that's
home
right.
Park,
Yep.
And
the pink house, was that what it was called? There was one like famous one or something. I think people called it the pink house.
In
I
the
might be
mobile home
mistaken.
park?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, there might have been.
Yeah, okay.
But it was February 28th, 1977. And I had just worked a night shift at Vaughn's.
Yep.
And I told my roommate, I'm going to go to the beach and sleep for the rest of the day. You want to come with me? And she said, no. So I said, I'm going down anyway. So I went down to Dana Strands Beach, and I'm laying on my towel. And then I get up because I used to jog back then. I started jogging on the beach. And my husband was laying there with, like friends or whatever. And he says, jog on your toes, something stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm
critiquing your form.
I'm like, what? what did you say? So then he got up and jogged
Yeah.
with me and came and sat by, by me
Yeah.
on my towel, and the rest is history. He lived in a condo just right at the top of the hill.
Oh yeah.
At Dana Strands Beach.
Yep.
Would you look up? There's now a new building that's on the end. That
Yeah.
wasn't there before, but we used to be, because I moved in with him shortly after. And so I lived up there. It was
Yeah.
great. You know?
Yeah. Fun fact, my wife Karen and I got married at Strands down there. Yeah. Anyways, it looks a lot different 13 years ago when we got married.
It's still my favorite beach.
It's a great beach, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
love
very
walking
cool one.
down there.
Yeah. So coming back, growing up in Garden Grove, coming down here to South County, it sounds like you never really turned back. Have you been to South County since
I have.
when you came
Yeah.
and started working down here? You've kind of always found this home.
Right.
Yeah.
So even growing up in Garden Grove, my parents would bring us to Doheny Beach
Okay.
Camping.
Yeah.
So I came down here a lot as a child as well. So I just,
Yeah.
that's where I think I, had the attachment to
Sure.
Dana Point. So yeah, I've been down here ever since. I've lived in Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, Aliso Viejo. I'm currently in Rancho Santa Margarita, South Rancho Santa Margarita. But I love it. I love it down here.
Yeah. Is it really fun to, at this point, you've been doing the magazines for 5 years. You've been running these social media channels for quite a while. You get a lot of exposure through, I'm sure, through the Rotary and the Chamber to lots of local business. Is it really fun to walk in and kind of feel like you have that cheers moment where everyone knows your name?
Kind of.
Yeah,
I'm getting to be well known
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
community.
Yeah.
So, no, I like it. It's kind of like my legacy,
Yeah.
Like I said, what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
This gets me out of the house and keeps me busy. And,
Sure.
I got to keep working.
Yeah. Is there a world where you see this eventually expanding? And do you plan to have more magazines, or
Oh, no.
three is a lot? I don't want more than 3. It's a ton of work already.
3 is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why I'm hoping that this new adventure can,
Sure.
help me to maybe scale down a little bit one of these days.
Yeah.
I'll keep working as long as I can.
Yep. I was thinking too, you were talking about when you started Instagram, 12, 13 years ago, you did it because you and Ava were traveling so much. And I was thinking back to like what Instagram was like 12 or 13 years ago. And it felt like a world where, you would share travel pictures, you would find travel pictures, you would explore and discover new places that you might want to go. To me, the landscape of Instagram has changed quite a lot. Is it fun to go back into those pages when you travel now and kind of see, because it almost is a legacy of your travels with your granddaughter, and it probably feels a lot less corporate and forced, right? Like it's just natural, organic things that happened in those moments. And now I feel like what comes across my feed, you find a lot more advertisements, you find a lot more stuff that doesn't feel as authentic. What is your thoughts there, being someone that kind of started with, this is going to be almost a travel blog for me and my granddaughter, to now I do this professionally in all of these different capacities?
It's interesting, isn't it, how it evolved. And,
Yeah.
and that just kind of sparked another memory when I was a child growing up in Garden Grove. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but I used to love the phone book.
Okay. Yeah.
I used to love flipping through it and looking
Yeah.
at the ads. And then
Yeah.
I ended up working for Verizon Yellow
Yeah, yeah.
Pages, right?
Uh-huh.
But going back to social media, so when I first started on Instagram, like I said, I was starting to do some traveling.
Yeah.
And I would follow a lot of female solo travelers. And so, they inspired me to even travel by myself. I did travel to Belize by myself in the earlier days,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, 12 years ago or something.
Sure.
And it was a lot of fun. I figured if these ladies can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
And then it was a fabulous trip. I just took a backpack and a small suitcase, and I remember, coming back into the States and checking in the airport in New York, and they're like, "Where's your luggage?" And I'm like, "This is it."
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen anymore, though.
Yeah. You got a lot more stuff now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot more baggage. But also, I met a group of girls called We Are Travel Girls through social media, and they were all meeting in Bali one year, and they had an open space. And I said, I'll do it, I'll come. So I also went to Bali and I met
cool.
this whole group of We Are Travel Girls. So
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
And then all the traveling I've done.
Is it safe to say that you found the inspiration and maybe the, like, it qualified it as like, I can do this because of social media?
So it's evolved, yes. Yeah, so when I started that, absolutely, it was more for fun and more for travel. And then when I started the Ladera magazine, I'm like, okay, I need an Instagram page and a Facebook page, you know, to connect with the community.
Yep.
So I have Instagram and Facebook for each separate magazine, which, you know, and then the other ones too.
So let's ask a few questions. I know we're coming up on our time here, but what stands out to you as someone who's so in the know and well versed in these communities? Where's your like top couple places to go grab breakfast in South Orange County?
Well, I already mentioned Lola's.
Yep.
For sure. And
Yep.
Ellie's Table.
Ellie's Table's
For
a good
sure.
one. Yeah.
Yep. Once in a while, I'll go down to Dana Point Harbor.
Yep.
Let's see where else. I've started making breakfast for myself at home more lately because I'm trying to be healthy.
Sure.
I did have a little health scare a few years ago. So, you know, so now I'm really watching what I put in my body,
Sure.
you know, to be healthy. So I do a lot of breakfast at home these days. But there's so many fun places. One of my favorite places for dinner, it's not right here, but, you know, I go by myself because I eat out by myself. And Hannah's in Rancho Santa Margarita has a great bar. I don't drink anymore, usually. But I do sit there and, you know, they'll make me a fancy water because they know me. And they're all so friendly in there.
What does a fancy water mean? Like it's got
well,
some fruit in it?
Yes, they do that muddling with the fruit with ice and then just regular water. And it looks like I'm drinking a cocktail, but I'm drinking water.
Is Hannah's the one, it's right there by the lake? Rancho Santa Margarita?
It's not.
Where is that? Where's Hannah's?
It's off of El Paseo.
Okay. All right.
So I go there quite often, and I also order delivery from there too.
Oh, yeah.
I like their filet mignon chili.
All right. Yeah.
So they have some small dishes because I don't eat a lot. You can also get a half order.
Okay.
Of most everything.
Yep. Any other businesses that really stand out to you as like, these guys are doing a great job. I'm really proud to support them. I'm so glad that, you know, we're collaborating here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's several here in San Juan Capistrano, of course. There's the Rancho Capistrano Winery. And over on Los Rios Street, there's the Tea House and the Rama's House. I do visit River Street Marketplace quite often. I like to eat at Pastalia, I think.
I love Pastalia. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Fresh made pasta. El Maguey, if that's how you pronounce it. That's a good place to go. Where else in San Juan?
Have you had Lunitas Pizza out of El Maguey too?
Yes.
It's so good.
Right.
Man.
That's the son, I think.
Yeah, Danny. He does a great job.
And then also that French Belgium restaurant that doesn't get much notice.
La Arondale?
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
Very good.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, so
That's
I go
awesome.
there. I go there once in a while. There's several businesses here.
So you mentioned that you've got a special episode for San Juan coming up here in October. What else are we expecting to see out of Best Version Media and in the magazines and whatnot through the remaining year? Is there anything that like you're really excited about and we can talk about yet?
Yeah. So you know my October cover is sort of a secret, but it'll be out soon.
Yep.
January, we're going to feature the mission on the cover.
Oh, cool.
And then in March, I think we're going to be featuring the Anza expedition.
Oh, yeah.
They were the Spanish settlers. I don't know all the correct terminology.
Yep.
They're going to be marching in the Swallows Day Parade, and we're going to feature them on the cover in March.
Very cool.
And then there's another possibility in July.
Awesome.
Haven't nailed that one down yet, but yeah, there's going to be several special features.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, as you mentioned, the mission's 250th anniversary being next year, I'm sure it gives you a lot of opportunity to highlight, you know, some pretty interesting stories and people that kind of have helped shape the legacy and the culture and the community that we appreciate so much here in San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're kind of a historian in a way too, right? You're creating legacy here. You're giving opportunities for spotlights to families and businesses and whatnot. That's pretty unique and cool. And I think that what you're doing is really inspirational to see. And I think that seeing how you've been able to kind of blend this like love of travel and food and advertising into what is now blossomed into quite the career and quite the the magazines and the social media thing is like really inspirational. And I'm so thankful that we got connected a year or so ago through the magazine. It's been awesome to get to know you better through that process.
And thank you. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been so fun. Thanks for coming on and being a shady character with us.
Yeah, I love being a shady character.
All right. What'd you have for breakfast?
I had a half order of avocado toast and scrambled eggs.
Where did you go today?
Lola.
Is that the new one though, or that's the Lola's is the
no.
one that's been there a little while?
Lola's is on Corporate Drive.
Yeah, my wife and I got to go to Ellie's table yesterday, and they have deviled egg French toast. Have you had that
I
there?
haven't had
It
that.
was incredible.
I usually
It
get
was
the
so
chili Riano quiche from
Okay,
there.
all right. I've got to try that now.
And I like their kale salad.
Our youngest, Stevie, just started preschool, and so now a couple days a week, Kara drops her off at 9 and doesn't have to pick her up till noon. So we actually were like able to go get on a breakfast date.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
Ellie's Table is also Jay's Catering. Jay's Catering started in Garden Grove.
Did it really?
That's where I grew up.